Instead
Oh
of
my
bringing
God.
sexy back, you're bringing smutty back.
I'm bringing Smutty back. Na, 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 na. Welcome to Lore Unlocked, the podcast where Twitch streamers spill the tea, share the chaos, and occasionally we remember to hydrate. We're diving deep into the origin stories behind your favorite creators, from their first rage quit to their most iconic moments. Whether you're a fellow streamer or a lurker in chat, grab your headphones and settle on in. It's time to unlock the lore. And yes, there will be side quests. Oh my gosh, we're here, we made it. Hello chat, I see a lot of y'all rolling in. Well, today we have with us Angelic. How do you actually say your full username? I never say
Angelictrishort.
Angelictrishort, but I've always called you Trish because that's what you told me.
I'm 100%. I get called everything from Angelic and Angel to Trishort and Trish. So, and a couple people will call me like Short Stack, Shorty.
Perfect. Just all the nicknames. All the nicknames.
Whatever you guys feel comfortable with.
It works. It works. Do you want to do a little introduction for those in chat who don't know who you are?
Sure. So my name's Angelictrishort, and my whole spiel is you can literally call me anything. I will actually answer to it. Now it works. Oh, Coma, you're poor. If we're on the phone, that might be why. But yes, I will also answer to Hey You. I'm a VTuber horror variety streamer, but I have a very big obsession with phasmophobia. And I also do a bunch of charity streams, and I actually have one coming up tomorrow.
Ooh, what for?
So I'm raising money for To Write Love on Her Arms in memory
yes.
of my friend Sets.
I think I saw a post about that. Yes.
Probably.
I
did put it in the event promo in Women's Guild.
Gotcha. No, I went through your while I was doing questions. I was digging through your socials. I was trying to.
Oh, I love that.
I do that with everyone. I dig
that.
through everyone's socials, trying to like figure out things to see if I can dig up some things that would maybe make them more unique questions to individuals, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to figure some things out. But yeah, I saw that you were doing some stuff for To Write Love on Our Arms, which I don't know if you know this, but I am one of their ambassadors for the year. So I was like,
I did know that.
I was really excited. I was like, oh.
I was excited for you.
Oh, I mean, I was really excited to see you doing stuff for them. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I was excited for you to be one of their ambassadors. I'm just saying.
Well, thank you. Yeah. She'll even answered, hey, you. Hey, you. Oh, gosh.
I have. People have come in saying, hey, you, and I'm like, what?
Hey, you. I think I'll like turn my head and be like, is this person talking to me? And if so, do they want to fight? Like,
I'm so used to being called every single thing but my actual name from teaching that now I literally just answer. I had a student my very first year of teaching go, Mama, and I was like, I'm sorry, was that me?
I guess it depends on like if the hey you is like hostile, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like if it's like a hey you, like, you know, like I'm gonna get ready to fight you, like hey you, or just like hey you, like I can't remember your name, like hey you, like you know, yeah.
Which I'm used to because I used to get just plain Miss a bunch, and I was like, you know, I do have a last name that goes with that. Miss Angelic would be nice to hear every once in a while, and they'd be like, but Miss, I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, I do get like for hockey, I do get coach. Like they'll just be like, hey coach. Hey coach.
I love that.
There's no way I expect them to say my last name, but they'll say, sometimes they'll say my first name, but most of the time they just say coach, which is totally fine by me. But like some parents will be like, you need to say her name, and I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. Like it's really not that big of a deal.
I had a chem teacher in high school that was also like my very first boss. As like when I was a lifeguard, and when I got him for chemistry, he was like, I only want to be called Mr. Narc, da 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 da. And so I was like going, Mr. Narc, and he would not answer me. And then I finally went, yo, boss. And he goes, what? I was like, well, you didn't answer when I called your name.
That's so funny. That's great. It's so funny
Yeah.
because the same thing would happen with like my parents. We would be out somewhere where it would be like we'd be somewhere with like my hockey team, for example. And we'd be like, "Mom, mom, 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 mom." And they would not like turn their head because they just for some reason would assume it was any kid but their own. And so then I would like use my mom's first name, and so many like parents thought it was so disrespectful for me to use my parents' first name. And I'm like, did you not hear me like call my mom? Like literally mom 6
Yeah.
times before? Like she obviously was not answering because she thought it was some other kid calling mom. Like
I do love all the videos though on social media now where it's like how like if even if you're not a mom, when you hear somebody call mom, all the women look and I'm like, oh, that is kind of true.
yeah, I will
But I
never
look
will be
mainly because
me, but
I was an educator. I have to look. I hear somebody scream and I automatically go, what's going on?
not me. Yeah. Not a mom, so unless a dog can magically start talking or a cat.
I don't know if you want your dog or cat to start talking with your dog
I don't
whining a
want
lot in the
to.
background.
I'm saying if they could, then I might have to start turning my head if they said mom or dad, you know? But otherwise, no. Anyways, getting off good old
Totally off
sidetrack here.
topic.
So what got you started into streaming in the first place? And did like anyone inspire you to start streaming?
So it's actually kind of funny. I had a bunch of friends that I met on Twitch, not like in real life, just like they're my Twitch friends. They used to tell me all the time I should stream because I have the personality for it, where I was very friendly. I was more outgoing than I normally am because I tell people all the time I'm an extroverted introvert. If I feel comfortable, I will gladly talk your ear off. If I don't feel comfortable, I will hide in the corner. So they kind of like convinced me to stream. So I started streaming because of them. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like a couple of my friends, Obscure and Xerxes especially, they were the ones that were like, you should totally do this. And I started streaming and I used to just do a variety of games, but then I kind of went towards more horror variety. And some of the people that actually inspired me were some of the Phasmo streamers like Cooper's Charms and Shanna Lee. And I really liked getting into it.
I feel like that's something I've heard fairly often is like a lot of people have started streaming to kind of like come out of their shell a little bit or get used to like talking and like not be as like shy in the corner part that you were kind of saying.
And one of the biggest things for me was I didn't want to ever have to show my face because I already have a lot of negative thoughts about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when one of my friends said be a VTuber, I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let me look into that.
Yeah.
And one of my friends actually puts together like all of my models. So she's been like a great help too.
So I know you're officially going to PAX East, right?
Yes, I am. I'm super excited.
So how do you handle going to conventions as like a VTuber then?
One of the ways that I do it, some people have seen my face because I have done like no VTuber streams, so they have seen my face. If they have never seen my face, I just introduce myself if I know somebody because I went to TwitchCon 2 years ago, I want to say. And some people that have never seen my face, when I introduce myself, they go, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
But does do you, when you meet people, like you don't take photos, I'm guessing then?
I do take photos. I won't post them to mine, but I don't know, like, and if I do, I might put my VTuber over me instead because I did post mine to mine. And then I was like, you know what? There's that possibility that if I'm still teaching, my students might find me. I'd rather not do that. So I've
Okay,
been a
gotcha.
lot more careful with that, especially as I look to going back into teaching.
Yeah. Cuz I know like a various amount of people, various amount. Hello. I
Very
know
smart.
various people who are YouTubers and VTubers. Oh my god. What is talking? I
Words
know
are hard.
this is where editing comes in. I know various YouTubers. Oh my god. I know various VTubers. Got it. I know like one of them who like actually started as like a face cam streamer and then turned into a VTuber. So their like Instagram has photos of like when they had, gone to TwitchCon as a regular streamer, face cam streamer. There we go. I was like, what's the term I'm looking for? And then now they only stream with like their VTuber. And so I'm always like curious how that works for some people, because I know some people it's like a big deal. Like Iron Mouse talked about like the fact that some people will go to like TwitchCon as a VTuber like as themselves, and that for Iron Mouse gives like her just extreme anxiety. But then like
Oh,
for
yeah.
some other VTubers like for yourself, you're just like, well, it's not as big of a deal for you. It sounds like, at least. Like,
It's not a lot of my VTuber persona is actually my own personality. So I have no issue with like people that have a different persona when they stream, because like there are people sometimes need to do that. For me, I am a very upfront person,
right.
and I always have been. Like what you see is kind of what you get type of thing. So with my VTuber, it's more just a version of me that like I would love to bring out, but like because I'm like a fallen angel and a witch, it's kind of like because I love that mythical, magical genre of things. That's what I wish I could be more of in a way.
Yeah. If someone wanted to get into like VTubing, sorry, I was laughing at my YouTubing.
YouTubing, I can't help with.
No, I know. VTube. If someone wanted to get into VTubing, like what would you tell them for like where to start?
I would first honestly tell them to just kind of have an idea of what exactly they want, because for me specifically, I went back and forth with what I wanted so much until I finally honed in on something that I actually wanted. And this is the first like year that I'm kind of really focusing on having this witch that fell from heaven, was kicked out of hell type of persona, where like neither could hold me and I didn't want to be with either one of them. And but I went around from like just being a normal VTuber to like a devil VTuber, not devil, but like fallen angel, where I was like half of a demon, half of an angel type of thing, to like an actual demon VTuber, to like just a VTuber with like that had the demon horns, but I was still like a human looking one and things like that. So like totally start with having what exactly you would want to be your VTuber persona, but also like have that in mind. But if you are not artistic like myself, look into like the different people that could get you like a character reference sheet or like things like that.
Yeah, and like I think I've heard like for at least if you're not able to monetarily wise jump into
Oh yeah,
maybe a realistic what do you call 'em?
VTuber,
Models. There we go.
a realistic
Models
model.
like
Yeah,
that you kind of have right now, like a PNG tuber might be like a good stepping stone, or
a
no?
PNG tuber, yes, would definitely be a good stepping stone. But also there are different things that you can like get the different bodies of what you want and use, but not like use them to make money, but use them as your VTuber or your PNG tuber before you get like, because like I know they can run up to like thousands of dollars if you get like the real professional looking ones. And I'm not gonna lie, I do not have that.
Me neither. Fam.
Like
Me
I would
neither.
have to save forever, and I'm saving right now for PAX East.
I mean,
So it's
yeah.
one of those things where
So,
like right now, no, not doing that.
and I'm like, I'm not even sure if I'm going to PAX East. Like, I need the badge to be free for me to go.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still kind of like, oof.
It's still kind of iffy. Yeah.
And that's just because, like, Furnace going out last year really hurt. And when your house breaks, it hurts the bank account.
Oh, definitely.
But, yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was a sidetrack. But we started talking about VTubing, and I was like, oh yeah, I feel like that'd be a interesting like thing for some people. Okay, buddy. I know.
Oh, I see the doggo.
He's. Anyways, I feel like a lot of people want to get into that realm, but don't always know where to start per se, and it's just like overwhelming and whatnot.
I definitely also think PNG tubing is a good stepping stone if you don't have the money to get into it right away.
Mine was $25, so it's not much.
It's really not. PNG is not much.
my cute little, I don't know if I have it on this
I love your cute little PNG tuber.
I do have it on this slide. Hold on. The source. See? Yeah, cute little baby.
Oh, he's so cute.
She's a cute little baby. That I have no regrets in getting that thing for $25. It has been a godsend since having it. Like, you just have those days where you're just like, I just can't do the camera, and having it's been great. And or for my co-working, if I walk away from the camera and I just am like, hey, you could still co-work with me, I'm just like doing chores around the house, I like pull my microphone out of my headset, because this has a headset, and I like talk to chat and look at my phone for chat, and then my VTuber is still there as me, or not VTuber, sorry, PNG tuber. Thing, whatever you want to call it. And then so then I'm like, I'm still there, and I'm like, man, best $25 of my life. But yeah. And I did it off like Etsy, so it was like supporting some like artists, so it wasn't like I don't know, AI or anything like that.
A lot of the stuff that I've done, like I just got a character reference sheet from VGen, and like I've looked on Etsy for other things too, so like I constantly use VGen and Etsy just over and over.
Yeah, it was like it was a friend who had done PNG who referred me to this person that was on Etsy, and that's how I ended up there. But yeah. So when you first started streaming, what did you first start streaming, and is it different from what you kind of do now? Like, I know you talked about how your VTuber changed, but like, has your content changed?
So when I very first started streaming, I did a mix of a little bit of horror, but I also did Super Mario World Kaizo hacks.
What the heck is that?
So people take from like Super Nintendo, the game Super Mario World, and they make different types of hacks for others to do.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends have either do those, or they I've met others that do those, like as a variety streamer, so I started doing them. I cannot tell you how much though I was raging so angrily. Like I would just be so pissed off because like my hands would cramp very easily, and like because ever since I was in my car accident in 2020, my nerves are like in my like arms and in my legs. I'm always in pain in some way, but also like my back and my neck, I have like a herniated disc, I have disc bulges and everything else, and like, but I would get so angry if I was like, I don't understand how to do this. Like my brain was not connecting to what my hands had to do with the controller, that I was like, fuck this, I'm done.
Like rage quit.
Yeah, I rage quit on the original game of Super Mario World. Of course, I'm gonna rage quit on the hacks. Like, so now, like, but I did Phasmo too, because Phasmo literally became one of my favorite games. I've always loved it. So I would do
Yeah.
a bit of Phasmo, but I would also do Super Mario World Kaizo hacks, and I just dropped the Kaizo hacks, and I kind of just went full horror. And at
Yeah.
first I was like, maybe I will just do only Phasmo, but then I was like, I don't want to just be placed in a Phasmo box.
Right.
So I do other horror games, but I do tend to do more Phasmo than anything.
Lost my train of thought. It's gone. Oh well.
Well, I will say it's funny though, because not many people remember when I used to do Super Mario World Kaizo hacks.
That's crazy. Because like I feel like that's opposite sides of the spectrum.
Oh, 100%. It is 100% opposite sides.
But also I have a very similar of like Among Us was where I started and then went from Among Us to Outlast. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that is a very opposite side.
Like, I was like, bye guys. But yeah, I'm like, that's how I started streaming is I was hyper fixated on Among Us. I could not get enough of Among Us. I was like, I want to play Among Us and nothing else. Among Us. And my friends were like, I do not want to play Among Us anymore. Can you leave me the fuck alone? And I was like, all right, well, it's COVID and I want to keep playing Among Us. So I'm going to go to Twitch. That's how I ended up here. And now it's almost, 5.5 years later and here I am.
I'm coming up on my 3rd year.
Oh my gosh, 3 years. Yeah, that was part of my, I feel like one of my questions.
I think that was part of the first question.
But, yeah. Yeah, 3 years. That's crazy. Isn't it crazy how quickly time flies by though? You're like,
oh, 100%.
What? Like, my, one of my like OG friends, from like day one, his name is Tom. Like his username is literally just Thomas on Twitch, with a bunch of letters. But it's like, yeah. Someone was like, did followage in his chat or whatever. And it's like, I don't even want to fucking do it because I know it's gonna be way too long. Because I know like I followed him basically as soon as I started streaming, and I was like, here I go, and I did it, and I was like, because it was over 5 years, because as I said, like 5.5 almost years. I was like, how has it been that long? That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, oh my god. So crazy. But
I love that.
Anyways, so why do you stream and like what drives you to stream?
Streaming kind of gives me just a way to escape real life in my own mind. There's a lot of things that are going on, especially these past 2 years.
I have no idea what you're talking
about. No idea. It definitely gave me a way to escape, but also not even just with the states' political climate of shittiness at times. I'm gonna be as PC as I can. But like personally, it gives me an escape. My escape used to be, when I would get too far into like overthinking things and everything, my escape used to be swimming laps. But because I don't swim anymore, because I am sorry, some gym memberships just cost way too much. And also I get very anxious when I go to gyms. So
why do you get anxious going to gyms? Just out of curiosity.
In my head, I know nobody's looking at me, but in my head, they're all judging me. Like I'm not doing it correctly, or the weight's not enough, or the weight's too much, or like things like that. So like, and then I have that body dysmorphia of I don't want people to see me in a bathing suit when I have to go to swim laps.
That's fair.
And so it's just a lot all at once.
It's so interesting to me because I had this problem for years as well. That's why I was asking it.
Yeah.
I literally had this problem for years on years on years on years. And I don't know where it finally like totally broke, but it slowly broke over, I don't know, time, obviously, but like I think where it first started to break was like I went to a gym where it was fully just basically classes, and everyone was so encouraging and nice there. So that first helped, but then someone said, and I don't know if it was a TikTok, a blog post, or something, but they were like, when you go to the gym and you're working out and you're swimming laps and you're doing shit, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? When you're lifting weights, what are you thinking about? Besides the fact of, I hope no one's thinking and looking at me. What are you thinking about? You're thinking about, wow, this fucking hurts. I want to be done. Or you're thinking about, I hope I'm doing that. Like you're trying to make sure you're doing your form right, or da da da. Like you're focusing on yourself. And then it was like, yeah, you're so right. Like you're not sitting there watching people. And
That
like,
is very true.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God, you're so right. And then like some people are like, yeah, but every once in a while you'll see like those random videos of those people, you know, taking a video of someone in Planet Fitness. And I go, yeah, and those are probably teenage boys who are pieces of shit that I don't really give a fuck about. Like, let's be real.
That has been one of the things, is the constant videos that you see pop up on social media of people being videotaped in the gyms, or people being judged, or people saying this person's watching me when they're not watching them at all. And it's one of those things where that does actually also stop me from going to gyms, because I just, to me,
I
that
get
just feels very wrong.
Oh no, I 1000% get it. Like I don't even have a gym membership right now. Like I'm not saying this out of someone who goes,
like, I wish I
work
did
out in my
have a
basement.
gym membership, but
I work out in my basement. Like I'm just like,
and
I'm just saying how I personally got out of that in my head. But
yeah.
yeah.
But even at my own house, like when I live with my grandmother, or when I was living with a friend, even at the houses, like if I think somebody's watching me, even at my own house, I get very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. And I think, are you neurotypical, or not neurotypical, sorry, neurodivergent? Or no?
Never been diagnosed.
Do you
but
think
some of
you
my
are?
friends think I am. Yes.
Okay. So a common thing among neurodivergent individuals is that they are constantly told when they're younger that they're not doing things right socially.
All the time.
Right. So, like, this is kind of in that thread of, like, you're like, oh, like, you're self-conscious about everything because of the fact that when you were younger, you were always told, like, hey, you're not doing this thing right. You're not doing society right. And so it's like,
all the time, yeah.
Right. So then you're like, I don't want people to watch me do anything because you don't want to hear about how you're doing this wrong. And it's like you don't want someone to watch you while you're doing the dishes because you don't want to be told you're doing it wrong. You don't want to have someone watch you work out because you just don't want to be told you're doing it wrong. Like that's like literally a thing that has been talked about. And I'm like, yeah, that's so true. Because when I'm like doing stuff, I'm like, please don't watch me. Like, just go away. Just don't be here. Thanks. Like, leave me alone.
It literally, I had to get over that with teaching also, because like that's all the kids who are watching you teach them. And it's one of those things where like, I was like, no, this is something I can actually do, because even if I mess up, yeah, the kids make fun of me for it, but like then if they mess up, they make fun of themselves too. Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we are all not perfect, but like I found teaching, even though I'm being watched, to be so much easier than when like I go to the gym or I go to like cook or bake. And it's funny though, because my whole life have been told I was not girly enough. I was not feminine enough. I was too much of a tomboy. I wasn't skinny enough. I was too athletic looking. I was too big looking. My legs are too big. I literally got told by a guy, if I lost some weight, he would date me.
Women are
And
never
like,
enough no matter what they
nope.
do in society, and it is the most infuriating thing.
Yep, I was too loud. I was too dirty-minded. I was too insert.
I'm too prude.
Issue. I'm sorry, what?
I'm too prude.
Oh, crude. I thought you said prude.
No,
I thought
prude.
You said
no, prude.
You're a prude?
Yes. No, like I'm actually so. Okay. I actually am a very prude. I am actually a very prude person.
Really?
Yeah, I have a mouth that I can make it not seem like I'm not prude. Yes. But like I am very, when it comes to sexual stuff, I'm very prude. Like I'm very like I'm a very innocent soul. But like
I never would have thought that.
In high school, a guy asked me to get on my knees and give him a blowjob, right? And I was like, okay, what about, like, someone heard that guy asked me to do that, and they were like, are you fucking insane? That's the most prude girl in the school. That was a comment that was said. So, like, just to... yeah. Look at chat blowing up right now, because...
The funny thing for me was, in high school, I was very naive. So in my mind, in high school, when I heard blowjob, I thought it just meant somebody was blowing on somebody else, like not sucking. Yeah. Yeah. But like that's where my head was always at. So like when I grew up and when I got into college, that's where I became slightly dirtier, dirty-minded at least, where like things would click more.
I think in high school I was very prude. Maybe I dabbled on if I'm on like the A spectrum or not. So maybe that's where I like, cause I don't know. And I don't know if it's more of my prudeness or if I'm ace, and that's where I'm like, I don't know. That's where my lines blur a little currently.
Yeah. I just have a lot of trauma.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. That could make it hard too. You got like 2 love letters.
Dog? I thought that was a kid. I thought that was a baby.
That was my dog.
I thought that was a baby. I was like, Hockey, when did you get a baby?
You're making everyone worry. Yeah, I'm prude, but I have a baby. It's fine. No,
got very confused for a minute.
No, literally. Stop.
See, I could sit here and go, oh yeah, no, I'm actually a total angel. I don't do any dirty jokes. And Coma in chat right now would literally call me out on that. So,
but the thing is you can make dirty jokes, but like, I swear to God, this dog.
Because I've tried that before where I'm like, guys, I'm an innocent little angel. And my whole chat goes, bullshit. And I'm like, damn.
The reason why I can joke so much about sexual stuff is because I grew up around boys, I feel like. So, like, I can make jokes about all that stuff. But, like, I genuinely, like, when people, like, actually talk about this stuff, I'm just like, ugh, like, I don't know. Like, okay, do you know the show Heated Rivalry? Have you?
Yes.
Okay, I've watched it. When it comes to the sex scenes, I'm just like, I'm like, okay. And that's where I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm prude or I'm just like, asexual. Like, I'm not quite sure which one of these it is. No, but basically back to the women can't be right on anything. So in high school, like I played 2 sports. So I was always like doing something. Like I never not had a sport going on because they were opposite seasons. So like I always had something going on. So I was always pretty fit. But I had like always like a little bit of fat on me because I didn't know proper nutrition because my parents didn't know it. So people would call me fat. I look back at my high school photos and I go, why did people call me fat? I was not fat. I was just like someone who had some fat on me, but I was not like fat. Like what I am now is fat. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? I weighed 160 back then. I was not fat. Like, what the fuck?
I weighed 135, 150. Like, and I did the same thing. I was doing 2 sports. I was doing field hockey and swimming. So they were opposite seasons.
Yeah.
And even in the spring, we did indoor field hockey. I did summer camps of field hockey. Like, I was always moving. But because back then, my grandparents also did not know nutrition, did not know proper nutrition for things. So I always had like thicker thighs, and I wasn't the super skinny person. And I did still have a little bit of a stomach. So like, but like they would say that I'm fat, like I wasn't skinny. And I'm like, and it wasn't until high school when I actually did gain a lot of weight that I was like, no, now I'm fat.
Right. Like I think I was like 160 in high school. And then I went to college and stopped playing sports, and then I gained weight because again, I didn't know nutrition, and so then I just kind of kept eating like I did in high school, but I didn't have sports. So then it just
Same.
And there's nothing wrong with that. No, I'm not saying that. There's nothing wrong with any of that. It's just like, it's just frustrating that people will like, even though you aren't necessarily fat, like as a woman, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, is more what I'm trying to point out. Because I could lift more than most boys. My thighs were thick, but they were all muscle because I was a goalie for hockey, which means the entire game I sit in a squat. The entire hour I am sitting in a squat, which means my thighs may be thunder thighs, but they are all fucking muscle. So like, you know that challenge where you break a watermelon with your thighs? I probably could have done that. Like, my legs were all muscle. I had an ass that people were jealous of. Like, I got to college and I had so many people tell me how jealous they were of my butt, which is also why I had like the guys that kept asking me like to like do stuff in high school with them were the black guys at our high school because they wanted my ass. Like, they like literally, and honestly, the 2 black guys at our high school, because there was only 2, literally were pretty fucking hot. And so I thought they were hot. Would I do, like, I wasn't a person that would ever do a like one night stand. Had they been like, want to go on a date? Sure, I would have gone on a date with them, but they only wanted to do hookups. And I was like, I'm not about that. I'm good. Would I now? No. But like back in high school, yeah, I would have. But like, but they never did. They just wanted, I felt like they wanted to have like the trophy of having hooked up with the prude girl at school. So it was like the prude hot girl at school. So what's been your favorite part about streaming?
Kind of. So one of my biggest favorite parts is actually my community. I absolutely adore the community that I'm building and that I built, and that, you know, the people that come in. But the other parts that I like are being able to network with other streamers, joining like the Women's Guild, the Pride Guild. I'm in the VTuber club and the charity club, and just seeing all these other people that like I can connect with and that I can understand and know and like support, because like it's so hard wanting to support every single person but not being able to pull up multiple streams and being counted in all of those streams.
I'm my god. Yeah, keep going.
Because I'm that person that I want to be counted everywhere.
Right.
If I have that stream up, I need to be counted in it.
It's so annoying because I feel like I can actively be in 3 people's streams, but only 2 count. So that
bothers me.
It's so annoying. Yeah, I would say community is definitely the best, or one of the best for sure, if not the best.
It's also been really nice when I've gone through certain things and I've had that community to kind of have my back.
Yeah, for sure. What's been one of the best pieces of advice that you've gotten?
Don't look at viewer count. Literally, that was my best piece of advice that I've ever gotten with streaming is do not look at the viewer count, because I used to look at it all the fucking time and I would get so downhearted about it. Or not downhearted, disheartened? Disheartened.
Yeah, disheartened, yeah.
Words are hard.
No, you're good.
But not looking at viewer count has made it so much better. And like just also learning to take care of yourself. That burnout is real.
Oh yeah. I actually recently have stopped looking at the emails even that you get after stream.
I do too, yeah.
Because that has just really gotten to me as well. I don't even look at those anymore. I see the email pop up and I go, nope, and I just I delete it or swipe away or whatever. I haven't had my viewership on for years, but I used to always at the end of stream be like, oh, all right, number wise, how did it go? Because at least afterwards I could know if it did well.
Yeah.
I'm no longer doing that because I'm like, all right, this has been horrible for my mental health. And
that's been the biggest thing, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Are you...
No, I was agreeing with you. It's the biggest. It's horrible for mental health, especially.
Well, and I've been doing so well on my other platforms that aren't Twitch that I'm like, I'm just gonna focus on those, do well on those, and Twitch will follow, I'm sure. Like, we're just gonna roll with that. We're gonna roll with that. We're gonna call it there. Like, we're gonna focus on the positive. We're gonna let the other shit just follow along. But, how would you say streaming has changed you personally?
I will say one of the things that definitely has changed me is I started putting myself first more, because normally I do everything for everybody. I don't say no to people when they ask me to do things for them. And with streaming, I was able to kind of be like, well, I don't really want to go do that. I would rather go and actually stream for a little bit today to get my mind off of things. So I did start saying no to that. But it also changed me to know who's actually there for me and who's just there for other reasons.
For clout. Yeah.
Yep, that too.
Yeah.
And who's there for me and who would rather just have all of the attention instead.
Isn't that fun?
It's been interesting.
Yeah. Or who's there just for your ideas.
Yeah.
Well,
even with in real life, like I had somebody that said to me, for 2 years, you've talked a lot about streaming and you do all this stuff for streaming. And I was like, yeah, because I'm having fun doing it. And the friend got annoyed because I wasn't up her ass anymore, in a way. Because I used to be all about her, or not even her, him too. Like certain friends, I used to be all about them and doing all of this stuff for them. And when I stopped, that's when they were like, you've changed. And I'm like, I'm still me. I'm just not up your ass anymore.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's always interesting, I feel like, to see, like, once you stop making all the plans, like, who's gonna reach out? You know what I mean?
Well, that was the biggest thing. I always felt like I was the one doing all the reaching out. I was the one who was always texting, who was always calling, I would say hello in the mornings. I would say, see you later at nights, or talk to you later, that type of stuff. But like, I went weeks and the person never once reached out, but then 2 years later decide I'm not doing enough in the friendship. And I was like, but why didn't you tell me 2 years ago?
Right. Or like, why aren't you saying anything? Like,
that too. And I hate when they go, well, I wanted to see if you would just change. And I'm like, you can't expect somebody to change if they don't know that something's wrong in the friendship.
Oh, for sure. Communication is like, hello. Biggest thing. No, I would definitely agree with a lot of what you said, because I'm very good at, I feel like, coming up with ideas and events and what have you, and unfortunately a lot of people will use me for my events, but then they will never reciprocate. And I don't like, people don't have to reciprocate, that's not what I'm saying, but
it would be nice.
it would be nice, yes, but like, also there is like a how do I word this, like there's people who always beg to be like in an event, but then you're like, oh hey, I would love to be in one of yours, and then they're like, huh, yeah, right, you know, like they give those kind of vibes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't say those exact words, but that's like the vibes.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing that exists out there, and it's like, oh, okay, I see you. But so yeah, and yeah, definitely I agree about putting yourself first. After college, like, what I did was I went and volunteered at the Humane Society, got into coaching hockey. All I did for my free time was volunteer. Like, I went and did all this stuff that gave back to people. And then, which is like what I love doing. I have no regrets on that.
Yeah.
But then during all that time while I was volunteering, people were really mean to me. Parents would yell at me. The staff at the shelter would like yell at volunteers for stuff. And I was like, why am I doing stuff that is stressing me out and I'm volunteering for this? So I stopped like volunteering at the Humane Society because I was like, I don't need this. I cut back on my coaching at hockey because I was like, I really don't need to deal with these parents. And now they're like begging me to come back because I'm the only coach that has ever taken kids to state. Crazy.
Almost like they need you.
Almost like I'm the only one that knows what they're doing. Crazy.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, I feel like some of my friends might low-key feel bothered. Struggle so much to go to a planned event. Oh no.
Aw.
Force myself to go, but at the same time it's like I never go. I gotta go sometimes. Oh. I feel like if you talk to them, Frey, like they'd understand. Like, hey, I'm just struggling a little bit. And then maybe you can find a way to like meet in the middle, you know? I don't know.
Communication is key.
Yeah. Because if I knew a friend was like struggling, maybe I'd be like, okay, let's do an event where I maybe meet you somewhere that's like right by your house or something that would be like a middle ground that'd be easier for you or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Oh, if you saw yourself in 5 years, what would you hope your streaming life would look like?
See, that's where I'm not sure, because like I know like the main answer is normally like, oh, I hope to be a partner, that type of stuff.
No, that's not what I want with this question.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't see myself hitting partner because I'm very sporadic at times in my schedule because like and life happens. But if anything, in 5 years, I see myself still streaming some of the horror games. Hopefully not just the same ones over and over, because I feel like sometimes people do get bored of Phasmo.
Hey, whatever makes that's why I chuckled. But no, more like I asked that question of like, you know, in 5 years, like, do you see yourself, you know, you're like, I want to still be doing horror, or you're like, I hope I can be doing IRL streaming, or I want to be whatever, hosting game shows, or whatever the heck.
Doing more charity streams, because like I say that I'm doing a lot of charity streams, which I do have the ones I want to do planned out, but I do hope to be doing slightly more charity streaming.
Yeah, that's cool. I just asked that one because I know some people have a lot of dreams and stuff that they're just like, oh, this would be cool. This would be cool.
In 5 years, I would like to meet a rich partner.
Yeah.
That has a lot of dogs. That has a lot of dogs.
To be rich, period. No.
Yeah, no, seriously. But not like some of the assholes in our country.
Oh, yeah, not like that. No. All the dogs, exactly, Vader, exactly.
All of the dogs.
What has been your biggest challenge as a streamer?
Definitely parasocial relationships and just learning what that was. But also, one of the biggest challenges I have is not letting other people affect me. So, like, if there's drama that's happening with other streamers, just not getting involved and not letting it affect me.
Yeah.
And just kind of knowing when to keep my walls up and knowing when to bring my walls down for certain friendships and relationships.
I feel like the drama world of streamers is very high schooler-y.
It is.
Oh my God. Wow, Trish, I can't believe that you had a fight with my best friend, Griffey. I can't talk to you anymore. And it's like, okay, we're all individual adults. Like, just because you're not getting along with someone that I'm friends with doesn't mean that we can't, like, have our own relationships. Like,
I've had people block me because of people that they don't like that I am friends with. I've had people block and ban me because they are friends with somebody that a person and I no longer speak. We don't have a friendship. We don't have a relationship and things like that. And in my head, because this happens in the education world too, it becomes very, very drama-esque. There's so much drama. It's like people haven't left high school behind. And I do not like that. That is the one thing I've never been comfortable with. I will go and fight you for my best friend. If you like talk shit on my best friend, I will definitely go and rip you a new one as long as it's warranted. If it's something like you guys got into a fight and it's something you two need to figure out, then I'm going to go stand over here.
Right. Like, I mean, if you were to have like a fight with my friend, like I'm obviously going to like listen to it and like take it into consideration and what have you. But at the same time, it's just like,
exactly, Fry.
Like, the environment can be insanely dramatic. Yes.
That's the one part I don't like about streaming is the drama.
Oh, for sure. But it's just like, I have a friend specifically that I can think of that a lot of things have happened to. And while things have happened to them, like they've literally said like, hey, like if you still talk to these people, like that's fine. Like I'm not gonna be like, how fucking dare you, you know? Griffey's catching strays. No, I was defending Griffey in this situation. Oh my God.
Well, I am going to say, so to Frey's comment about the VTuber community, that's actually one reason why I'm not fully in the VTuber community, because I hear about the drama and I hear about people that stop being VTubers and the VTuber community completely like throws them away basically and like things like that, where I'm just kind of like sitting here going, I'm just going to stand over here and just eat my popcorn.
Right. But like, I just think everyone should, it's just kind of like, okay, if you're working in an office, here, I got a good analogy here. If you're like actually working in a 9-to-5 job, like, and you're in the office and like, let's say you have like a good friend that you sit next to every day, but they don't like so-and-so in the office, like, just because they don't like them doesn't mean you're gonna go pick a fight with them. You still gotta work with them. So 100%. Like, why the hell is everyone acting like fucking 5-year-olds about this? Like, you're in a streaming world. This is business world. You don't know technically where things are gonna land. You don't know how things are gonna go. Like, I've had people mistreat me because someone that they know basically mistreated me, and they got upset about me basically standing my ground saying, hey, I don't appreciate how you're treating me. And so then an entire friend group was like, okay, bye. And I'm like, good to know you're not actually my friend, but whatever. Like, you don't know, maybe I blow up and then I have all these connections and you're gonna be like, hi, and I'll be like, no.
So one of my biggest, no, I 100% agree with you. But also I'm kind of like, I've had people ban me because I have drama with somebody in real life that also streams, and they believe that I went and like tried to get all these people to choose sides, where I actually was just going, hey, we're not friends anymore. Don't choose sides. We should all just be able to be friends with each other. And yes, certain people banned the person because of something that they found out about, but it was never me telling them to. And I'm not that person. Like, you can be friends with whoever y'all want to be friends with. Just don't bring them up to me. Like, I have no relationship with them. And that's been, even in work, that was my thing. Like, I will be physically. No, I will not be physically with people.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that might cross the line a little bit, but like, I will be civil with people. I will be professional with people. That's the P word I wanted, professional, not physical. But that doesn't mean I have to be friends with everyone. And it's the same thing. If you're banning me because I'm friends with somebody that you don't like, that's fine. That's your prerogative, but don't come back to me then later if I have something you want.
Right. Well, and like, uni life has been a lesson on petty people, yeah. And I wonder if like a lot of this is maybe some people who haven't been to college like haven't experienced that. I'm really curious on like the variety of like educational level of like people of like who have like who like those that are on the realm of like, it's fine, like you can be friends with people I don't like, and we can still be good friends. Like, literally the group of friends who basically like, shunned me, whatever, I don't really care, about this incident or whatever, I found out later that this person was like fearful that one of my friends would not talk to them because of this whole situation, because, you know, they were like one of my super close friends, and they're like, why would you and they're like, oh my god, this so-and-so is not going to talk to me because of this situation, da, da, da. And like, I'm over here being like, yeah, I told them everything. They know about the situation, but I also said, please go still hang out with them and be friends with them. Like, I don't care, but like, you're also my friend, so I vented to you, and like, whatever, I don't care. Please go be friends with them. But just so you know, I'm not going to hang out with you if like when you're around them. So like, if you're around them, just when I exit, that's why. And they're like, yeah, okay. And so like, they were aware of like why I left when that stuff happened, like when they were around them and stuff, and it was fine. But then if I was around and like that friend group was there and I came up to say hi to my friend, like that friend group would disappear, just like I would if like she would come up and I just didn't feel like dealing with her. And it was like, but we don't have beef. Like, so I was just like, so you're concerned about my friend not talking to you because of this situation, but then you tell your entire friend group not to talk to me? So like, how do you think?
That's been my biggest thing, is like, we have mutual friends, but like, I have been very adamant to literally tell them, like, I do not care if you are friends with them. If they come in your streams, I just ignore them. I am not going to do anything. I have receipts about things that have happened. I'm not going to share it with you because it is between me and this other person. And one of our mutual friends that passed away from cancer, they're saying like, I started a rumor that they have beef, and I'm like, the only thing that the friend knew about was I did vent to that person, but it was also in the middle of me venting about getting into a car accident and other things. And so it was just everything. But that person still loved them, and I was never upset about it.
Right.
They had
kind of
other
ridiculous.
issues.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, especially because they had other issues. I wanted them to have all the support they could have. So I did not, I still, even if they hadn't had cancer, I still wouldn't have cared if that person was supporting them, because it's another viewer. It's a person that supports them. It's a person that they have a good friendship. Just because I don't doesn't mean anything. They are not in my friendship with that person.
Well, and like,
friendship. No, you're good.
And it is what it is. And ironically, that person ended up stopped streaming from my end, my person at least. So like, whatever. But it's just like, I don't get why people act like that, because whatever. Like,
I still see that person around. They're blocked on everything. I went through a whole moderation mentorship about how to protect myself specifically with things like that. And like, especially if I ever did consider going back into teaching, how to protect myself, because the person doxed me. So that's an issue to me.
Yeah. I think in my situation, the person did not want to talk it out, and I tried to talk it out. So to me, that also was just like, all right, like, you know, I want to understand what's going on here, but if you don't want to talk it out, then I guess that's it. Have a good life. But if people that's crazy. Granted, this person doesn't have anything of my information to dox me, so that would be very hard, but
no, I get that.
Doxing is ridiculous. Like, for them to do something like that, that shows how immature they are. Like, that is ridiculous.
And like, at this point, I don't think about them. I don't talk about them.
Right.
I talk about them in therapy, but that's to my therapist. So like,
you're like,
that's
I need
also
that
me
to heal.
Working on communication, working on my other traumas. This is just something that brought up because it does affect every now and then when I try to make friends. Because in my head, I then start going, oh my God, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? And you overthink everything. And anxiety for the win.
It's called trauma. But yeah.
Oh, trauma sucks sometimes.
Yeah. So, has there been any memorable interactions that kind of have helped you remind you why you stream that have happened?
So yes and no. Well, yes, there's no. It's yes. One of the memorable interactions is when I do hit certain like milestones with charity streaming and things like that. It reminds me why I'm doing things, so I can do this type of stuff. I can get the word out about different organizations, but it's gonna get very dark for a minute. 2 years ago, which is also why I'm doing.
Any trigger warnings?
No, suicide trigger warning.
Okay.
Mental health trigger warning. My friend did commit suicide, and I met him through Twitch, and I was in the note. And his friend was like, I was wondering why your name looked familiar. His mom also. So she also was like, I was looking for you so that you could know. And do you want to know what's in the note that he said to you? And he basically thanked me that even though I didn't know him, like being in my community and in my streams was helpful to an extent, and like all of this other stuff. And while it hurt with the survivor's guilt of in my head, like I was like, I could have done more. I should have done more. I should have reached out more. I should have done this, that, and the third. It also made me remember why I try to give people a safe space to be who they are and to be able to say, I'm having a shitty day. I'm going to go into your Discord and go to the vent space, like the mental health space, and just completely vent out my issue or my feelings just because I need that space. And like, it just made me remember why I did it all. But at the same time, like, it hurts at the same time. Thank you for doing that.
We have it because of being the ambassador, so it's on hand.
No, I've set up a bunch of like different commands for like the resources and everything, because I do talk about my mental health a lot. And I've actually have had people say that because I am so upfront with my traumas, with my mental health battles and everything, it helps them realize like they're not alone in that type of struggle. So like that's another reason why I like doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like talking about mental health is important. It's crazy. It's why I'm an ambassador for mental health charity. Crazy. Outside of content creation, what is something that you like to do?
So one of the biggest things I like to do is I've liked writing. I do a lot of writing poetry and stuff. I also read a lot. I love reading.
Do you read smut?
I do read smut sometimes. I have to. There are sometimes you just got to have a good smutty book. Plus, when your 91-year-old grandmother gives you 50 Shades of Grey to read, you now just know you won't get judged.
There you go. That's funny. So have you, we talked about Heated Rivalry, I think, right? Yeah, earlier?
A little bit, yeah.
Have you read it?
I have not read it yet.
Okay.
But I want to.
The writing is interesting.
So my biggest issue with being a former English teacher, like I did the writing, the reading, and all that type of teaching. I now read books and I just go, there's so many different ways you could have went with that.
Yeah, you might be thinking that with her writing.
Or like with 50 Shades of Grey, I know it was basically a joke book, but I was like, I wanted to gift the writer a thesaurus and say, please look up words of what to use instead of the same fucking word over and over again. I was like, oh my God.
Side note, I like that. There's the help message, phrase message, and then the help message again. Chat. Anyways, Frey really needs help. Okay.
Frey, apparently you really need help because you feel that you really need help.
The bot says you do. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Keith. Welcome in.
Hi, Keith.
This is not right. Oh, gosh. Yeah. No, when I was reading Heated Rivalry, the writing just felt very choppy to me. And so there was, oh my God. Every time the boys see each other, it's like sex. And so I'd be like skimming and I'd be like, where the fuck is the yearning? Are we done with sex yet? Okay, we're done with sex. This is where I can keep reading. Like, I was so over it. I was so over it.
I feel like people with smut, like the smut writers, they think it should only just be all sex, like a lot of sex. But I'm like, there's so much that you could do that could lead up to that with like passion, flirting, foreplay, like all of this other stuff. It does not just have to be penetration.
What kind of books do you read besides sometimes smut?
I read a lot of like the fantasy books. I also read, I'm a history nerd, so I read a lot of the historical fiction shit and the nonfiction shit of history. I was very into, even now, I'm still very into the Tudor dynasty. So like I read a lot about that and a lot of those books, which it's funny because like historical fiction is like smut without it being smut. Just saying.
I can see it.
Yeah, some of the historical fiction books that I've read, I'm like, oh, that's a little spicy.
I believe it. Yes. I want to read Bridgerton because I like watching Bridgerton.
So I watched Bridgerton and I do love it. So now I'm like, do I read it? But my issue is, and I don't love the series now, the series of The Boy Who Lived now, and that's how we're going to call it. But my biggest issue growing up when they started making the movies was that they took so much away from the books. And it's like that with all books that they make into movies and television shows. I'm like, you've changed so much. I hate you.
Right.
So now I'm like worried, like if I read the books, am I gonna hate the series because they changed shit?
I mean, they did do things out of order, according to...
They did. I heard that.
Yeah, according to people. So I know that, but... Oh, I was gonna say something, and I forgot what that was.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I brought up that series, though, because that's the one series I bring up all the time when I used to talk to my students is they made them into movies, and they took out things that I thought were super important to the story. They either took out or they changed it very drastically, and I was like, fuck y'all.
My favorite series, personally, is the Hunger Games series.
Oh, I love that series.
Yeah, I think they did pretty good on
that one. I do believe they did better on. Twilight,
but they
I
still
was like,
kind of fucked up. Twilight, I fucking cannot read the books. I'm sorry, her writing is fucking shit. I cannot.
She's another one that I wanted to hand a thesaurus to.
Yeah, and maybe that's why I can't read it. Is that I don't know. I just can't. Oh, I don't know.
So there's a series, though, that I read by Deborah Harkness called Discovery of Witches, and that one I absolutely adore. And then they made it on Stars, and I watched the series, and I went, fuck y'all, I do not like the series now. I did not like the television version. I will stick with the books.
Like a popular fanfic. I think I also just can't read Twilight because it feels creepy to me that, like, Edward is... like just sitting there watching Bella sleep. It's creepy. It's creepy. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Well, another series that they changed, Vampire Diaries.
Oh, really? I've only seen the show. So
I looked it up because I haven't read it, but I've seen a couple episodes of the show. I like the originals better. Just saying. But they apparently like Elena's a bitch in the book at times, but in the series she's the sweet girl and like things like that. And she ends up with somebody different, I think, in the book.
That's crazy.
But then I also think of like Game of Thrones. They already ended the series and he didn't even end the fucking series as a book. Like,
yeah.
Which I was a little pissed off at the way they ended everything, so I was like, fuck it all.
Fuck it all. There was like, I don't remember what I was gonna say. There was something about a series we were talking about. I was gonna say about whatever. Oh, for Hunger Games, I think they did pretty well. But I will say that I really think they didn't do... I think the romance part of it, of like showing Peeta and Katniss, I don't think they did well on. I think that's what it is in the movies. They don't do well on showing that. Is that what it is? There's something that they don't do well on showing that is very like prominent in the books for Hunger Games in the first book, I think.
They didn't really show... In the book, I felt like they showed that he liked her a little bit more.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what there's something that I was like...
something that
I have to like go back and watch the movie because I know the book. It's the movie that I'm like, what's in the fucking movie? That's what I'm like forgetting about.
It forced the whole star-crossed lovers thing. It didn't feel natural to me.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like it was less obvious that Peeta was like actually in love with her.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But in the book you knew. Like you were like, oh,
in the book you knew there was some type of feeling there.
Yeah. Whereas, like, in the movie, you were like, oh, they're both kind of faking it. Like,
yeah.
Where you read the books ages ago and you watched the movies more recently. Oh, I read the books before the movies because in high school, before the movie was released, we had to read the books. So
I read the books because the books came out before the movie.
well, I mean, yes, the books were out before the movie. No, I was in high school before before the movie came out.
I also might be older than you all. So.
No, hold on. The movie wasn't out when I was in high school. I want to reiterate that.
The Hunger Games, the very first book was released in 2008, September 14th. So I was a freshman in college.
Yeah, I was almost in high school, but not quite. I was in middle school.
I'm that person, though, that if I like it, there are things that I remember specifically because I like it so much. And I'm that person that I will reread books to find new things that I might have missed.
I've reread that series a million times. I'm really excited for the new, like, Hey Mitch's games to come out in the movie.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
I saw a trailer for it, and I was like, I'm excited. Have you, or do you know the, like, Shadowhunters series?
Yes. I believe I still have the book somewhere.
I was gonna say, have you read them? Because
Yes,
I fucking love those books too.
100% read those.
I think the first movie came out in like 2012, I think. Let me see. Release of Hunger Games movie. Oh, I was so right. March of 2012. I'm a genius.
Oh. You are.
No, not the second one. What? The first was released March of 2012. Catching Fire was 2013.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Catching Fire was 2013.
And then Mockingjay was 2014 and 2015. Because there was 2 parts. That was the first time that there was a 2-part movie, I think, right? No, the Harry Potters were the first time there was 2 parts.
Yeah.
And then they were like, Harry Potter did it, so then we can do it.
That pissed me off so much. I was like, fuck that.
And I was like, oh,
I'm sorry,
boy.
but Lord of the Rings was a longer fucking movie than the Harry Potter movies, and they didn't put that into 2.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that was 14
So was
years
Titanic.
ago.
So was Titanic. That might have had 2 VHSs, but that was a longer movie that they didn't put it into.
Yeah.
They just had to make it 2 different VHSs.
14 years ago, almost, emo. Because it's 2026. And it was March of 2012, so it's almost been 14 years. That's crazy that movie is that old. No one talked to me.
I'm older than you.
I understand that, but still. Oh, you're talking about the second movie? Okay,
Which
sorry. I don't know why you're on the second movie, but okay. Well, let's go to our last question here. If you had an unlimited budget, what is something you would do for content creation?
Travel. If I had an unlimited budget, I would literally change my content creation to be me traveling everywhere.
How would you do that as a VTuber? Or would you not be a VTuber anymore?
I probably wouldn't be a VTuber anymore. I wouldn't show my face as much, but I wouldn't be a VTuber anymore.
Okay.
Unless I showed my travels, but then I would put my VTuber in when editing and like make it like my VTuber narrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where would your first spot, like travel spot be?
I have my great-grandparents that came from Belgium, that came from Ireland, my grandmom that came from Japan. So I would want to travel specifically to those countries to see what I could.
If I had an unlimited budget, my event for the day for this podcast, I would like do a special day where I could like get a day with like the Seattle Torrent PWHL team and just do an event with them because 1, I love hockey, and 2, I think fucking Carly Jackson, aka CJ, on the Seattle Torrent is hot as hell. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. And before we kind of like wrap on up out of here, do you want to do a little outro? Tell everyone where they can find you and when they can find you.
So you can find me on Twitch. I mainly stream on Twitch. I do post like different clips and stuff to like YouTube and to TikTok. I am not the bestest. Shut up, Matt. Twitch.tv Angelictrishort. I do a lot of horror variety. Big time Phasma though, and I'm actually streaming tomorrow for a 12-hour charity stream for To Write Love on Her Arms in memory of my friend Sets. And I stream a lot on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. But that might be changing in the future.
And that's today's lore officially unlocked. If you'd like to join us for the live recordings of these podcast episodes, feel free to drop a follow over on Twitch. If you like these, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that like button. And if there's someone you would like me to do a lore unlocked with, feel free to leave in the comments. And also just let us know what you thought in the comments. We're logging off, but the lore lives on. See you next time.